I am an artist, a full-blown caricature of what the human soul endures in this ever-changing society. Laughter, pain, psychosomatic emotions that play into everything created for the musings of exploitation. I go where I want to go and fight for not just my own mental freedom, but to chase that dream of love like a hamster on a treadmill. That forever carrot on a string, dangled and held by bastard and bitches alike. Humanity? Y'all soft motherfuckers can keep that bullshit. There's no evolution between running horse shit and stagnant dick teasing. I have to observe, scribe, and tell why these parasitic wrongs are the common nature of us all, regardless of the hypocrisy emanating from my own mouth. For every page I've written unpublished begets the Sicilic until we run out of chances to shake the hand of death. Yet, stigmatization remains in place of immortality no matter how imaginative we think of ourselves when we see our own echo encrusted in digital makeup. Just like I was talking to this old Irish lady who happened to lose her blue bonnet to the wind. She thanked me and for some odd reason wanted to jibe about politics, which is my strongest debate when it comes to socio-political dogma. She was a conservative, a half-racist with no remembrance of Geraldine Ferraro's enigmatic run for president. I hope I said that right. I had to remind her that white supremacy started under the Roman Empire and that the collegiate Greek lettering is just needed, or just as needed, as the reverse reparations Haiti still pays into Citibank for beating the best parts of Europe. Thank you, Abe Lincoln, for their freedom taxation. Napoleon Bonaparte forgot to sign his name at the bottom of the rubber check. Stunned, she asked me for my name, and I don't do nigger checks, Victoria. By the way, my name is Jeff. Having to take another indulgence is conversing too much knowledge with people who I think otherwise, or have such a bad upbringing, so uncouth manners, a tokenism and civility is the last page on Thomas Paine's Common Sense, because these wayward savages are still learning what it means to be a human. This is why my poster board is always white. So this way I can at least paint my own reality and live in it, even though the greatest reach is shorter than the smallest pitch. I am an artist. I've had my own rip my culture from me to placate allegiance to random spell check articles now hanging in every classroom because church and state have no moral grounds for subjugation, but fascism does over a hot cup of Cuban coffee. You can find that on the outskirts of Skid Row or just east of Hollywood. I don't have one of those rim-rustic placards embedded into fake granite, nor do I have any awards for my depravity, my madness, or my over-sexualized color that's been a fashion since Chuck Norris said good guys ain't black. They just wear it as a point of appropriation. Yet to make a goddamn buck, someone has to use one of the many rotted limbs of corpulent slavery to pimp or not to pimp. That's the prison sentence uncommuted because the bounce back is allowable and therefore criminality is awarded highly in favor of the 2025 complex on Channel Zero. Click, click, oh click. I am an artist. I don't need sympathy, I don't need empathy, nor solitude. I just needed one love to tell me it's going to be okay and tomorrow brings a better day. So how many times do I keep breaking the mirror that never shares a shard in resistance? I question, yet even in some prayers remain unanswered. It was the excuse to think or to somehow believe into existence the perception of luck when your own people see that you don't believe in yourself and like a school of piranha clean you to the marrow. I leave nothing to the vultures and the half-assed idiots who never got me when invoking change even in the highest light. Motherfuckers rather wallow in self-pity, denial, and fuckery because it's easier to find than stand on one leg to put on a sock in a shoe that, needless to say, you have to tie up eventually. I don't hate long enough to cause a fraction in generational genocide. I don't love enough to be loved back. I don't do shit because I don't follow the herd of blinded sheep that have neither the balls to keep up nor the will to make their own. I don't make you feel some type of way, then I'm not doing my job to earn that piece of cardboard I call home, not enough to spend money for that vacant high I can't maintain, and never totally free to live life to its unhinged moments of joy, love, and peace. All of my friends, more talented than me, are a funnel for the next generation, and y'all motherfuckers will never be us. But I'll give you something to keep the torch passed on to the next one after me. Either love me with love or hate me because I sacrifice what you don't have between your legs, nor the greater will to endure this prolonged future without memory. It is why it stays here and cannot be carried by getting punked by a man-made systemacy. The only setup to have you lost and regarded as a byproduct of your society. Now, is that the one in rebellion of how you stay glued to the infancy and allowed it to regurgitate from your ass to your mouth in one fancy circle? Knowing who and what I am defeats perception, stereotype, and racist genetic theory when everything in commonplace to existence is made by me. Therefore, I am an artist undefined. And my friend drove around in a fishbowl reciting the high, and we laughed.
And this is what he had to say. The reason you can't teach an old dog new tricks is because they've seen the same problems each generation. That's right. Actually, it's not as complex. Dog became a replacement for pig or an aesthetic to curs in leap years indexed. Dog became surrogate by gender identification. It makes money. Dog remains loyal. Even grave markers shed tears. Dog is a permissible balance. Dog got passed from wolf, pack order of man. Dog learns and teaches repetition for survival and resistance. Dog knows no duty without purpose. Dog blind is a hard game to play with common senses. There are many genets different across this world, unnoticed, even deified in the depths of courage, from constellation to a black sun spinning an extra G. Feared by existential creativity and myth, a cure or result at the end of mad men who exploit Pavlovic and claim without substance this a docile pet, driven to put down when it's not being rabid. Spelled backwards, it's what we call Adam's best friend. Drop 1, I am the earned nickname. Mix 2, I am the lone muzzle white on the porch fanning flies.